villains have been up to their old.
It's just one thing after another around here.
Well, fuck me. Never thought I'd see the day Lord Byron Rosfield of the Seven High Houses came to tea.
Ah, my dear nephew. How I've missed you.
How did you find this place, Uncle?
Through the good offices of young Sir Wade. He really is the most helpful fellow. As are you, I hear. The Guardians and those they freed tell the most outlandish tales of your heroics in Rosalith. Which is why I came, to learn the full truth of the matter. Sort the fact from the fiction, so to speak.
You were working with the Guardians of the Flame to evacuate the people of Rosalith to Port Isolde.
I was, aye.
Then I have questions for you. Please, come inside, Uncle.
Gladly. You there? There are 2,000 gold talents in those chests. See that they're added to my nephew's coffers, would you?
2,000?
And I'm afraid that is all I know.
A fleet sailing south past Port Isolde. Most intriguing.
Forgive me for not being able to tell you more. I hadn't the faintest idea Kupka withdrew wounded from Rosalith. Still less that my own nephew dealt the decisive blow.
What do you think, Vivian?
I think, with this news of the Dhalmekian fleet and recent reports of the Royalists' movements, that the final piece of the puzzle has fallen into place. Come here and I'll show you. It is known that Kupka's forces entered Rosaria via its unguarded coast. So can the same be said of your visitors from Waloed? Certainly her Royal Navy is famed for the efficiency with which it bears her knights from one battlefield to the next. And in the Einherjar, or Black Galleon, she boasts a vessel nigh as swift and every bit as feared as the kingdom's legendary cavalry. A fitting flagship for a land apart, her naval presence being crucial to her ambitions beyond Ash. Yes, it seems safe to assume that the Royalists did indeed enter Rosaria from the sea. So then, had you a vested interest in Titan's survival, whither would you take him? Why, home to Drake's Fang, a place rich enough in ether to conjure the magics needed to mend his hurts. But would that not entail an arduous voyage around the southern cape? Let us say that the Royalists did put ashore with a mind to spirit Kupka away from under your very nose. Could that truly have been their plan for him? To load him aboard one of the ships flying Republican colors sighted off the coast near Port Isolde. To spend weeks at sea, being tossed hither and yon by unforgiving waves, his life hanging in the balance. No. The journey would mean Titan's death, and Kupka's faithful creatures would not allow it. So what then was the plan of our Waluda friends? Reports suggest they made not for the coast, but for the desert. And by cutting through the Velcroy, a party traveling light would have Titan back in his bed days before a galley could lurch into port. To wit, it was the Royalists, not the Republicans, who effected Hugo Kupka's safe retreat. I would stake your life on it.
So it was the Waluders who spirited the wretch away. Now I think about it, there was something a little strange about the ships I saw. The men seemed almost crestfallen, as if in mourning, as if they believed, or were made to believe, that their master was dead.
You have a keen mind, Lord Rosfield. And you have your answer. To find Kupka, you have merely to follow the Royalist trail across the Velcroy. It may well have gone cold by now, but as they say in the Republic, all roads lead to Drake's Fang.
Allow me to accompany you part of the way. As luck would have it, I had intended to journey Canberward on business after visiting you here. The Fang would be but a short detour.
I'd be glad of the company. Give me a moment to make ready. I need to tell my friends what we've learned, and where we're going.
Very well, but be quick about it, my boy. Time waits for no man.
Here for another of my lectures? Allow me to educate you. Here's the latest information I have. Here you are. One must understand one's place in the world. Very good.
Mid's finished outfitting her little workshop, I hear. With a little help from Sid, of course.
Of course. Our newly...
Otto, Kupka's at Drake's Fang. I'll be leaving before sunset.
You're not going in there alone, are you?
Don't worry. I'm not going there to destroy the Mother Crystal. All I'm after is Kupka's head. I won't risk any more than I have to. I promise.
The Lanza and the Fang are all Kupka's personal fiefdom. You have any trouble on the way, you ask for Rosina Dalamil. Some call her the Desert Hare.
Who is she?
An old associate of Sid's, and only Sid's. All I know is the name, and that they used to meet at the Dalamil Inn. We've heard nothing from her since he died. But I'm thinking maybe the new Sid...
Thanks.
So, what about your uncle?
Don't look so worried.
Thank fuck.
Gav, Otto,
You can count.
Jill's staying here, and that's that. I should have never let her go with you to Rosalith.
I'm fine, Clive, really. I just need some rest.
All right, Uncle. I'm ready to depart. Shall we?
We shall. Come, let us away to adventure. I was a young man when last I walked this path. There's an old trading post not far from here. The road to Drake's Fang leads through it.
The trading post it is.
Time and tide wait for no man, my boy.
Who's this blue blood?
Sid's going to find Cooker and finish the job.
The little uns have been up to their old tricks again.
Our destination lies over that dune, beyond the ruins. Mark them well, Clive. It's all too easy to lose one's bearings in the sands. Many years ago, when you were just a boy, you and I rode this way together, accompanying your father on a scouting expedition to Drake's Fang.
He let me come with you.
I'm not surprised you don't remember. It was just before Joshua was born. You were so eager to be there when your brother arrived that you whipped your chocobo too hard on the journey home and fell from the saddle. I shall never forget how Elwyn fussed over you as you sat in the sand, bawling like a babe.
Who do you think those soldiers were in the inn?
He was afraid. So, Lord Cook has finally...
Have you lost your way already, my boy? The ruins mark the road to the inn.
Time to fight. Well, Clive, looks like you're gonna need an even bigger sword. Too slow. should have stayed at its shell. Come on. Fly, Ambrosia.
Ah, there she is. The good old Dalamil Inn. Do you know, this heat has given me quite a thirst. Quick drink before we press on?
Look, there. Those are ashen steeds. No doubt about it.
And such a long ride from Stonehair. Our Waluda friends must be soothing their saddle sores in the inn. Shall we join them? Run along and play now, Torgal. Dogs aren't allowed inside.
Good day to you. Eating?
Sorry about my pal. He only talks when his mouth's full. What do you recommend?
Well, if you're after something light, we do a fine chocobo soup with lentils and honey.
2 bowls of that, then. An ale.
Right you are.
Hey, girl!
Coming!
Your pal?
Would you rather be my squire?
Your Grace, it is plain you are not yet well enough to travel. If you would only let me take you to someone who can better attend to your ills.
No, we must press on. Prince Theon has returned to his camp and will soon depart for the front. I must speak with him at all costs. Miss this chance and I may never get another. You do understand that?
Yes, Your Grace. But you must at least agree to take your medicine. I'll fetch you some water.
Keep watch, they tell us. But all I see is sand.
I hear they got our guest back to the Fang without any trouble. We'll be leaving soon enough.
Why the Lord Commander dragged us all this way just to save that blockhead's skin, we'll never know. Dominant or not, he's a bloody idiot.
That'll be Kupka, then.
Well, let's get this down us. We've a long way to go.
Hey, you!
Uncle?
Sorry.
Can you walk, Your Grace?
What's wrong?
I fear trouble may be brewing downstairs.
You two are travelers, are you not? Me and my companions are strangers here. Perhaps you'd be good enough to accompany us a while. Help us find our way.
Sorry, lads, but we've got business in camera that can't wait.
Ah, I'm sure you could spare us an hour or two.
Come on.
Friend.
I'm afraid we don't have a moment to lose. Friend. Stay back, Uncle.
Gladly.
It's the outlaw. Take him.
Try it.
Bravo, my boy! Just like that!
It's you.
For your trouble. Word of advice, miss. That soup could do with a touch more salt.
Now's our chance. Your Grace?
I'm fine. Yeah.
Clive? What is it now?
It's nothing. Let's go.
Well, we didn't know where to find Kupka before. We do now.
The Royalists said it themselves. Their guest is in the Fang. We should press on before any more of their friends turn up.
Lights and pods!
Ah, they've closed the road. It would seem Lord Kupka...
We have to get through.
Not by force.
By guile, then. Perhaps the...
Rosina Dalamil. Woman... But how will we find her?
And that she was working with Sid's other collaborators have all been people of means. The wealthiest, and I'll wager this Rosina...
That would certainly help to narrow the search.
And that's exact...
Looks like we won't be getting back to Drake's Fang anytime soon.
Good day, my lord. My thanks. Thank you for your custom.
Crystal delivery's over. Get back to your home.
Anything I can help you with, travellers? Allow me. My good man, we represent one. We're seeking to expand our business in the region and would very much like...
Well, we're best known for our baths, our markets and our smithies.
Thank you. Oh, you wouldn't...
No.
Well...
What do you want? Can't you see I'm busy?
I won't keep you long. I'm looking for someone. A woman by the name of Rosina Dalamil. Do you know her?
Never heard of her. Is that all?
One more question. If I wanted to find the richest trader in town...
Well, that's easy. The Briar's Kiss. Don't find a finer smithy this side of the strait. The owner's only a young sprig.
The Briar's...
I doubt this young sprig is the person we're looking for. You said Sid's contact was likely to be an influential sort. Influence comes with age and experience. Believe you me.
Mummy, I want to play with the crystal.
How many times do I have to tell you? It's not a toy.
Can I help you?
Yes, I'm looking for a woman by the name of Rosina Dalamil. A long-standing pillar of your community, I believe, from old trading stock.
Then you should ask Ferda. He's been here for years. Knows the place and its people like the back of his hand. And he's in with all the old merchant families. Try the baths. That's where you'll usually find him.
Thank you kindly. Well, it sounds like we have our man.
Perhaps. Let's go and find out exactly what this Ferda knows.
Sweet incense! What's wax candles?
This town is truly blessed. The bustling markets, the healing...
Excuse me. Are you Ferda?
I am. Can I help you, travelers?
I hope so. You've lived here for some time, is that correct? Do you know Rosina Dalamil? We believe she may be a trader of some renown.
And what business do you have with the desert hare?
She was a close friend of mine. I was hoping she might be able to help me.
Very well. Go to the bordello. I'll arrange an introduction. I know who you're looking for. Go to the bordello.
Do you think we can trust him?
Only as far as I think he trusts us.
Needed to a silken softness.
Take a sniff, good sir.
My carpets have pride of place.
Another fight, is it?
Sorry, but the Master's not here at the moment. All orders have to go through him.
You couldn't melt butter in that furnace. Get it stoked.
Right away.
The finest fabric!
Yes, they're quite sought after.
Light meat and dark. Fresh from the grill. Get it while it's hot.
Plates and pots! Bowls and basins!
So you're the ones who've been sniffing around.
I beg your pardon?
Don't play the fool. Stick your nose in our business and you're likely to lose it.
Stay down! Too slow.
Who are you working for?
He wanted us... Though one could hardly call...
Lord Ferda?
Look what the cat dragged in.
Your skill with the blade is a fitting talent for an outlaw.
You know who I am. So what now? Call in the...
That isn't my... Our work is done. Take him to meet his precious Rosina.
Yes. To the Lock of Leisure, then.
To the Lock of Leisure.
It's all the fault of this blasted war. The moment they find out you're from the Empire, they flat out refuse to do business with you.
Why is the tavern shut?
Is this the place?
Lubo's Forge.
Ah, so much for Rosina Dalamil being a woman.
It was an easy mistake to make, Uncle. After all, I'm sorry. Whoever this Lubor truly is, he's clearly a man of means. I'd say he deserves our respect.
See that he gets it. Lubor, Lord Ferda told me to bring them to you.
My boys tell me you're in need of assistance. Sid the Second.
I won't waste your time. I need passage through the south gate.
Tell me, what do you think is a merchant's most important commodity? Why, trust. Everyone knows that. Without it, you have nothing. And nothing is exactly what you have. And so, for you, I, too, have nothing. I'm not in the business of helping every lost puppy that wanders in off the street. I'm a busy man, as you can see.
Let's leave this mummer to his farce.
By all means. Find someone else to help you on your way. Just be sure to tell them you're not the two travelers from the inn the guards are looking for. Don't want them jumping to conclusions, do we?
Why, you...
So, what do we need to do to earn your trust?
I like this one. Willing to do whatever it takes to get what he wants. Ha! Men like you have a special place in my heart. Why, you ask? Because they get me what I want. Always.
Fine. So what do you want?
Don't tell me you're going to listen to this swaggering scruff!
We might as well hear him out. It's only natural that an ally of Sid's would seek assurances of strangers. Assuming he is an ally, of course. 5 years ago, he would have still been a boy.
And yet even then I had more good sense than a man, 5 times my age? But enough of the pleasantries. We were speaking of what I want. I want you to put an end to the trouble in Dalamil. Return to me when you have done so, and you shall have my aid. Until then, I bid you good day.
What trouble? If you're going to give us orders, be clear about them, damn you!
Manners, Greybeard. One catches more damselflies with honey than with vinegar.
What did you call me?
My apologies. A word of it. Follow the crop, but that was 3. Oh, I'm making this
Ha! It will. Let us divide our forces, Clive.
I thought we were the only ones causing trouble in Dalamil.
Master Lubor has high expectations of you. Don't disappoint him.
Excuse me.
You've heard?
I've heard rumors.
Damn thieves pilfering the crystals that were meant to us common folk have. And it isn't as if we can buy them on the black market.
A deposit?
Do you have a moment?
Depends what for.
Just a question. Dalamil seems to be thriving compared to the other villages I came through on the way. Is there a reason for that?
Well, we're a stone's throw from Drake's Fang, for one. The soldiers guarding the Mother Crystal and the shipments need a place to spend their hard-earned gil. The men of the Rock throw their money about like there's no tomorrow.
Is that so? Well...
The most fragrant herbs and spices.
Spread warm from the oven. Here, a taste.
You wouldn't believe how much he gave me. What can I do for you, soldier? Need that sword polishing?
I'm not a soldier.
Ugh, then be off with you. I serve them.
You have...
Don't be stupid. I just know which side my bread is buttered. Don't want to be stuck under some pauper when they come knocking. With pockets deeper than Zemeckis and an urge to empty them. No, just leave. Wait.
I think I'm starting to get an idea of what's been going on. I wonder if Uncle Byron's learned anything of use. He'll probably be back at the inn by now.
What was all that crashing and banging about before?
It's you, the one who broke all our furniture. What do you want? Haven't you caused enough trouble already?
I'm looking for my pal. Have you seen him?
The gentleman who was with you? Yes, he's upstairs, but...
Thank you. Huh?
Will this suffice as a deposit?
By the sands.
One of the many treasures in my collection that I would...
All right. But not...
What are you doing? Care to explain why you're giving gifts to Kupka's men?
Bait, my boy. One cannot catch one's prey without it. And I do believe I've snagged us quite the quarry. I started by asking around the markets as to where I might purchase crystals. I had no luck, of course. It's forbidden to trade in such things. But my uncharacteristic indiscretion just happened to attract the attention of those uniformed ruffians. They took me aside and said they could procure if I proved I could pay for it.
So the pearl was your proof?
I thought they'd ask for more. A second-rate specimen like that would only fetch 500,000 or so. A small price to pay for admittance to the underworld. But enough about my little act of subterfuge. What did you discover?
That the supply of crystals has dried up of late. Meanwhile, members of Kupka's private guard have been spending money all over town. I'll wager those soldiers you've been talking to have been siphoning off crystals meant for elsewhere, and pocketing the profits.
I'll wager you're right.
We'll meet with them then, just as you arranged, and put an end to the trouble Lubor spoke of.
Ha! That preening popinjay thought this would be difficult. It just goes to show, one should never underestimate a Ros... I arranged to meet with the soldiers in a secluded corner of the Velcroy. Far from prying eyes.
The perfect place for a spot of double dealing.
I trust I can count on your support, if things turn sour.
Of course.
Let me treat you.
I need a drink.
Fucking men of the wrong. Anytime they pull their snouts out of Kupka's trough.
1,000 gil for a meal.
It's all the fault of this blasted...
Handsome.
Lights and pots! Bowls and races!
Do you think they'll be back soon?
I need an
new dress.
Needed to a silken softness.
Sniff, good sir.
My carpets have pride of place in castle.
Good girl.
I'll take it from here.
I was beginning to think you weren't coming, my lord. You've brought your contribution?
All the silver and stones I could scrape together at such short notice?
You brought the whole 500 talents.
That was the price we agreed upon, yes? If you've...
Of course.
Not bad at all. You weren't lying about the clarity. But what of security? If I were to be stopped on the road, what guarantee...
Because these crystals are no longer the property of the Republic. You're not buying from us. You're buying from them.
And we have no more jurisdiction here than you, my lord. But we have ships, and will gladly deliver to a port of your choosing, now that our price has been met.
Royalists, eh?
Why? To collect their share of Drake's Fang's blessing, of course. Our nations are allies, and so they are entitled to a portion of the Mother Crystal's bounty. And, being such good friends, we elected to increase that portion, and share the benefits. And now that these crystals are officially property of the Kingdom of Waloed, we are duty-bound not to interfere, no matter where they might happen to end up next.
Did you get all that? They're in cahoots!
So it would seem.
My lord, what is the meaning of this?
Double-crossing dogs! Kill them! Kill them both!
It's not over yet, Uncle.
Good! I'm just getting warmed up.
Well, that wasn't too bad. How'd you like my performance, huh? I've often played the villain on the stage. I think I did the role justice. Don't you?
Greybeard, you were magnificent. The battle scene was particularly thrilling. You didn't have more of an...
How long have you been watching?
Long enough to witness your uncle. I hardly expected one so venerable to degrade himself so thoroughly. But...
This was the trouble you spoke of. The men of the Rock taking crystals meant for the common folk, and, well...
Indeed, the people of Dalamil had scarcely any means of redress until you... Well, we'd better get these crystals back to town. It occurs to me that I still don't know your name.
Clive.
So, Sid the Second is a Clive. I suppose it could have been worse. Well, Clive, you held up your end of the bargain, so I must do the same. Passage through the south, to tell the truth, you've helped a little there too. Many of the guards have already been, and those left behind have been encouraged to look the other...
Thank you. You still have the purse I gave to the soldiers, I trust?
Oh.
And my name is not Greybeard. It is Lord...
No. Thank...
Of all the...
Here. Any friend of mine who sees you with it...
Thank you.
And please, feel free to send one of my Stoluses back to your people. Tell them that Rosina Dalamil is back in bed with Sid.
Omia los delan. Tu isakelis.
I'm trusting you, Sid. Or should I say, Clive? So be sure not to let me down. I have a reputation to uphold. Well then, I wish you a safe journey south.
Thank you.
Not at all.
Come on, Uncle.
Clive. Best of luck.
I've never even forged a butter knife. Perhaps forge my...
I wouldn't put it...
Oh, wait. Sorry. I'm Saver. Must soon to be former apprentice if I don't pass the... People are buying up weapons faster than the Briar's Kiss can forge them, and here I am, unable to make a decent bit of kitchenware. He wants me to make a carving knife, one that embodies... I don't suppose you have...
I'm afraid not.
Never mind.
I could give you a hand if I know how busy the Briar's Kiss has been.
I'd be a...
So?
Good question. If I'm honest, I've never made any kind of knife before. And then there's this little riddle to keep in mind.
The way I see it, there's only one way. We need information.
You're right. Now, there's plenty of folk in Dalamil. There's the butcher. Of course, they're bound to have an opinion or two about the tools of the... All right. I'll talk to every cook I can find.
All right.
Let's hope there's some...
Trust Lubor to take a simple test and turn it into a riddle. I'd better get to it.
What is it now? You and I What? Alas. Still, ours is a blessed corner of the Velcroy. At least they did. So, how very fitting. Of course, there's simply no other way. Farewell now.
The finest fabric!
It would make a fine...
Fresh bread, warm from the oven.
Welcome, sir. What can I do you for?
A question, if you don't mind. I need to know what makes...
You a blacksmith or
something.
Fair enough. First and foremost, it's got to hold an edge. Most knives will make it through fat, no problem, but sinew dulls cheap steel in no time. Give me a blade which can slice through anything that crosses my chopping block.
So a knife that stays...
The baths are, closed for scrubbing. Please bear with us a little longer.
All those years of toil.
You all right?
The baths are closed. On second thought, perhaps you are...
That depends on the job.
I'd have you save my business. The baths. The water's turned scalding hot and all the crystal... I've no doubt that my woes stem... But I can't go and investigate. I'm bound to these baths in more ways than one.
All right.
Wonderful. Leave the market by the south gate. These baths. My livelihood.
Made from the stoutest stoneware.
I'll be asking for you again, my sweet.
1,000 gil for a measly bunch of Kazal greens.
You can't even...
Ha! They've opened the gate.
Lubor was true to his word.
What is it?
Sorry.
Hunter?
I have a question.
Oh. Has to be able to put up with some punishment. Can't be dealing with your knife snaps every time you use it. You'll be spending coin as fast as you make it. Thumbs up.
Thank you.
All business, eh? Man after man.
So, a carving knife should be hard-wearing and hold an edge. Hardly a revelation. Let's hope Sava had better luck than I did.
We should get going soon. Do you have water?
Ah, I'm not too late.
What is it, Lubor?
A question that I neglected to ask earlier. Where is it that you're bound?
To Drake's Fang. To finish Hugo Kupka.
Just as I thought. Then allow me to share a secret. Drake's Fang is currently riddled with royalists. Talmeki and Walud are allies, and as you have seen, their soldiers work hand in glove. But no nation has ever before allowed a foreign army to make a barracks of its holiest of holies.
Not by choice, at least.
And there's more. My man on the inside of the Fang has failed to report for several days. I fear there may be more trouble lying in wait for you on the road ahead.
Isn't there always?
If you're determined to beard the lion's den, then promise me one thing. I've lost one Cid already.
I don't plan on dying.
Well, so long.
Drake's Fang should be just beyond these springs. Shall we press on?
Fly, Ambrosia.
Thanks, Gal.
Something awful's taken up residence in the springs. You'll turn back if you know what's good for you.
By the flames. That explains the heat.
Let's cool things down a bit. Let's hope it's enough to keep the baths from...
There he is. The man who's... I was hoping we'd be seeing you again. The baths grow more bearable by the moment. It won't be long now before we are back to business as usual.
I'm glad to hear it.
Now, tell me this.
Not what I expected.
You tell a fine... That's not to say I don't believe you, though. Creatures made of flame. But I burdened you with my worries and... Right. It's high time I got back to work with a little...
The, scrubbing is almost...
It's just as well I sent you to the terraces in my stay.
Lights and pots!
Kneaded to a silken softness.
The most fragrant herbs
The finest fabrics! Fresh from...
So, you learn anything useful?
Only that a blade should be durable and stay sharp.
All the cook said was that he needs too heavy and they do it.
So we're no better off than we... Perhaps Lubor didn't mean anything, but that can't be right. I've bandied enough words with the man to know that he'd choose... No.
No doubt you're right. I have to make a start soon.
Agreed.
Right. I've been trained to work iron. The cheap stuff, mind. But it's hardy enough if you don't hammer it too thin, and it sharpens up nicely. Trouble is, it's either durable or it's meaning someone is going to be
Is there no one else you can turn to?
The other apprentice is no better than to help me with my tests. A merchant, a favourite of Forge Master Lubor's, who's... I bet shit...
Straight home now. Any luck?
Well, I asked her, but...
If you're looking to make a knife that will impress a master like, they're just not that viable. Featherlight adamantite knives will get passed from generation to generation, never needing so much as a lick, but adamantite ore is unique to ash, so doesn't come...
And it's beyond...
Unique to it? Are there any materials unique to Dalamil? Something which could be mixed with iron to refine...
What are you getting?
You said that Lubor trained you to work iron, but he would have known that it would either be too heavy or too brittle for a carving knife.
If it's cheap metal you're using, then there's always... Folk first settled Dalamil to get at her mineral deposits, and if you know the trick, it can be melted down in the furnace to drive out impurities from low-quality iron.
Bloody hell! I don't suppose you...
It's hardly my speciality, but...
Looks like I've got some learning to... Clive,
The limestone. Besides, I want to know...
You'll have no trouble finding limestone over in...
Then I suppose I'll meet...
Right you are. So, do you crush it up, or just... throw it in the furnace?
This is no good. I was hoping to get out of...
Is it true what I'm hearing?
My carpets have...
Take a sniff, good sir. Kneaded to a silken softness, like eating a cloud with a crust.
Lights and pots! Bowls and...
Sweet incense!
We should get going soon. Do you have a letter?
One rock looks a lot like another. But hopefully this... Wasn't sure how much you'd need, but I hope this is enough.
You are one of the good ones, you know that. You and that merchant both, she's got quite a gift for teaching that one. Now, time to see if limestone is the secret. A knife forged from the very rock.
It's a fine-looking...
That sounds like my cue. And just...
I'm sorry, Forge Master Luke.
Let's take a look. First things first, Sava, do you think this... What do... It's sharp, and it's heavy. You might not think it just to hold it for a moment, but sell that to a cook and you'll never hear the end. It looks like someone paid a visit to the terraces. The limestone was a step in the right direction, granted, but...
And I was so certain.
I don't know who you found to teach you that little... Next question. How much do you think I would charge?
Well, if it took you even a fraction, I would say...
And who would... The butcher? The hunt? Dalamil's home to humble traders, not wealthy Rule number 1 in any business, Sava.
Yes, Forge Master.
This is... just... I'd say you're worth keeping around. Starting tomorrow, you'll have an...
I will. What would you do if you...
I'd do what I always do. If it was for the butcher, I'd make sure it holds an edge. For the hunter, I'd make it as tough as Titan. For the cook, light as a feather. And for the nobleman, I'd make it cost an absolute fortune.
There goes a master.
It looks like congratulations are...
I couldn't have done it with so much for the Forge Master. The spirit of Dalamil had meaning.
You've passed your test.
And when I do...
Carpets have
The most fragrant herbs and spices. Kneaded to a silken softness, like eating a cloud with a crust.
Made from the stoutest stoneware.
Hanging lanterns, keep the darkness from your...
We should get going soon. Do you have water?
Let's go.
There it is. Drake's Fang.
Kupka will be hiding inside.
Along with goodness knows how many guards, all on highest alert. You'll need to keep your wits about you if you're to reach him. So be careful.
I will, Uncle.
Before you go, Clive, allow me to apologize. After what befell at Phoenix Gate and the crisis that followed in its wake, I fled. I retreated to my counting house and danced attendance upon the vicereine in the hope it would bring me favor. I betrayed my nation to save my skin, like the coward I am. And I'm sorry.
Uncle, please.
It's not too late, Clive. Rosaria is yours by right, and there are those that would help you to take it back. Had I the courage of my brother, I might already have done so. But that ship has sailed. You, however...
No. Forgive me, but I cannot. I fight to build a new world now. A better world. Where men can live and die on their own terms. I was raised in a nation that strove to improve the plight of bearers. Only later did I realize that spark of freedom did not arise by chance, but was kindled by my father. You would see me follow in his footsteps. And that is exactly what I mean to do. Not by ruling Rosaria, but by extending his ideals to the whole of the twins. Though every soul in the realm may judge my actions heresy, I am certain my cause is just.
You really are just like him, you know. Thank you, Clive, for coming back to me. I am proud to call you nephew. Well then, this is where we must part ways. Wish me luck in convincing my Canvarian friend to share his considerable talents. I mean to plunder his coffers and prove myself worthy of a place in your merry band. Till then, my boy.
Till then, go safely, Uncle.
And you, nephew. We have much to catch up on, you and I. I shall expect you to regale me with the tales of all your adventures when next we meet. You can regale me too, Torgal.
I'm coming for you, Kupka.
Sid's going to find Kupka and finish the job.
That's right. We're safe.
little uns have been up to their old tricks again.
Here for another of my lectures?
Allow me to educate you.
Very good.
Oh, I wasn't expecting you back so soon. All done?
Go! Fuck! Why do they start? What has that gutter rat done to me? Ah! Out of my sight, witch! I'll kill you, Rossfield! I'll rip out your heart! I'll tear you limb from limb!
Peace, Hugo. The table shan't hurt you any longer.
He sought to humiliate me. Me! If you hadn't interfered, he would be dead!
You truly believe you would have triumphed had the battle continued?
Titan would have ground him into dust!
And how would he have done that without his head?
Shut up!
You weren't strong enough, and you call yourself a dominant. Or rather, you did.
You mock me, Harbert.
Do you see, Hugo? You are weak.
Fuck!
But so long as that fire burns within you, there is still hope. There may yet be a way for you to take your revenge.
Tell me, what must I do? Please, I'll do anything. Just Tell me.
The heart.
What of it?
A Mother Crystal's heart is the most concentrated source of ether in all creation. Perhaps you could take advantage of that. Of course, the crystal would not yield her blessing to any ordinary man. But then, you are no ordinary man, are you, Hugo? Clive Rossfield stole your power, but others have suffered a similar fate, and still managed to find the strength to conjure their icon. Like Benedicta Harmon. She too drank of the ether and gained a power beyond human understanding.
She did. Benedicta. Benedict. I'll do it. My love. I'll avenge you.
Run along now, Hugo. You need only follow the light. Muthos is here. Very well, it shall be so. You may leave everything to me, Your Majesty.
Did the Royalists bring them from Ash?